Hi everyone, I'm Danielle. Welcome to Danielle's Garden, and today I'm going to be doing a July veggie tour update problem success video. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first area in my veggie garden is tomatoes, and I have had some issues, especially with my paste tomatoes. My paste tomatoes are not even setting, or have not even set fruit yet, and one of them is flowering. And so let me show you what that's looking like. So here is my paste tomato bed. Lots of leaves, some flowers up here, and this is the one that got eaten. It's a San Marzano, and it's got lots of flowers on it finally, but I don't have any paste fruit yet. This is really weird. So I'm thinking that these are Jersey Devil right here. I'm thinking these are obviously indeterminate because they're really, really tall. I have not trimmed them at all or cut anything off of any of them. But I have not gotten anything past flowers on the paste tomatoes, which is just odd. Another thing that I had was hornworms on this one, which it caused a ton of branching. And then yesterday I found a ton of tiny little worms, less than an inch long, super thin, and they were eating some of the leaves, so I pulled those off of that one. I do have some leaves with damage here, but not a lot. It's only this, and this is my cherry tomato super sweet 100 anyways that has that. So the plants overall look awesome, in the sense that they're very healthy, almost no disease, but no fruit. So here we see these are flowers on the Jersey Devil and the Amish paste. So hopefully I'll get some tomatoes soon, but I planted a ton of paste tomatoes because I was wanting sauce, and I have no paste tomatoes. However, my super sweet 100s, I've got fruit everywhere. I've got 2 plants, and I have picked off lots and lots of fruit. They are in this container and this one, and they have done really, really well. Okay, here's the this is exactly what was on my paste tomato, that little worm. So I'm not sure what type of worm caterpillar this is, but they eat leaves, and I caught a ton yesterday. And I've just been keeping a really close eye out, making sure that they don't eat more of my plants. So this will get stepped on. Now here in this bed are my slicing tomatoes, and I'm having some successes and questionable things occurring. So I have this plant right here is a bread and salt, and I'll have to show you what I got inside, but I got a really nice tomato. This one right here is a Dr. Witch's, and I mean, this is my hand compared. It is nice, and I'm really impressed that I have baby Dr. Witch's there. I've got another one here. I've got 3 here and 1 up here. So this is being a very productive plant, and I'm really, really impressed. This plant right here is a Paul Robeson, and look at that. Really, really nice tomato there developing. And then this one is also a Paul Robeson. I have 2 of them, and I've picked off of this one. And so I had 1 last night for dinner, and I picked 2 more tomatoes earlier this morning off of my Paul Robeson. I've got a couple beefsteaks, and I have picked a few tomatoes off of these, but part of me is wondering if these are not beefsteaks, because this is the largest one I've gotten so far. They have ripened at this size. This is a large plum tomato size, and they've been ripening very small. So I'm wondering if they really are beefsteak tomatoes. I'm not sure. And then these right here, I am so excited for when they actually ripen. These are vintage wine tomatoes. My concern is that they have been this size for about a month. They're not getting bigger, they're not ripening. But the plant is doing well. I just want them to do well. So I'm hoping that they start to put on some size and ripen. Another thing is that this is my other beefsteak. Look at that. That does not look like a beefsteak tomato at all. So some things are going well, and then some things are making me really wonder what's going on. The next area that I have is my arch and the beds underneath it. So I have one cucumber plant down here. I have a couple bush cucumbers in the ground. I have beans, and then something new this year, and it's so cool, is I planted 2 purple long beans at the base. This one and then one over here. And let me show you that. Isn't that cool? And I didn't know what to expect from this bean plant, honestly. I just think that it's so cool. And when they come out, they look like tiny little hairs. So this is what a pod looks like. And then, you see, so there's like a skinny one up here. You can see how skinny that is, but that'll be a bean. And so it has curved the whole way, and I'm really impressed. I think this is going to be so cool once all of the pods expand. So I have one cucumber plant, and I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cucumbers, maybe 6 starting up here, and it's expanded all the way to the front of the trellis. And last year I did 2 cucumber plants, and it was just way too much. This is a Market More 76. I highly recommend it. It doesn't get bitter at all when it gets really hot. These are bush cucumbers down here. These were a late sowing. That way, if this one peters out by any chance, it will be okay. So that's a bush cucumber. These are beans, just like green beans. And these are the same type of bean. And then those are more of the bush cucumber. This is a shishito pepper. And then this right here is a cucamelon. And it has not put on any flowers and fruit yet, but it's getting to a good size, and it really has gone all the way up. So I know that I'll be getting some cucamelons off this soon, and I'm really excited because last year I tried starting this and planting it 3 times, and the seedling got eaten each time, so I never got any. So I'm really excited about that. So the next section is the peppers. I have 2 areas of peppers. I have them here, and then I have them in the front. The ones here in these beds have not been doing as well as my other peppers, and they're actually oddly behind, in my opinion. Now the zinnias, this zinnia is 4 feet tall. It is a glorious. This is actually at my eye height, so this is probably closer to 5 feet. And look at that spider. Well, there we go. That's probably a good spider, but I have some invasive ones too. So I've got banana peppers, and this is a jalapeno, so I'm excited to see that. But this pepper plant right here is definitely getting eaten, but I do see a fruit on it. And then this tall one in the back is an Anaheim, and that pepper plant last year got taller than the trellis, so it doesn't know where to focus at. But it was up in the trellis, so it will get large and it will put on a lot of fruit. I'm just waiting on that to happen. So here's the other spiders. These are the Joro spider, and they are invasive, and I have to move them So these are my bell pepper plants, these three. I have not gotten any bell peppers. This one got attacked by bugs, so it's really recovering. And then these over here are my poblano peppers, and they have flowers. No poblanos yet, but I do have flowers, so I'm really excited about that. And then here we get to my squash area. I have not gotten one squash or zucchini this entire season. I have several plants in this bed and to the right, and they're glorious. Like last year they didn't even get this big, like, but I think I'm just having a pollination issue, which is fine. It's not like I'm killing for some zucchini or squash, but you can see that they're nice and healthy. Just no fruit yet. And then right next to this is my chaos garden, and I am really enjoying this. So I do have 2 zucchini in here. Also, no zucchini off of them, but they're growing well. I've got 2 watermelons in here. This is Torenia that I started from seed. It's one of my favorite flowers. I've got pepper plants, and I actually have a ripe I don't know what pepper this is, but I have it. And then look, this is a beefsteak tomato, I think, that is trailing right here. I think it's a beefsteak. We'll have to see. It could be a super sweet 100. But I mean, look at all of the blooms. So overall, I would say I'm getting about 75% of my expectations. One major thing that I did do is I took off the shade cloth that I put up about a month ago. We were in 100-degree drought, and there was nothing I could do about it. The past 3 or 4 days, past week, we've lowered to highs in the 90s. Nights are at like 75. And my tomatoes can keep up with that, so I did take off the shade cloth. So they are fully free up here, and my beefsteaks are, well, if it's a beefsteak, my beefsteaks are well over 10 feet long at this point, which is really cool. So that's the thing, is that I wasn't getting the growth that I wanted. I've been fertilizing. I shielded them from the too hot sun. Now I think I am taking away, letting them get more sun. I am fertilizing. I hadn't fertilized in about 2 weeks. We've been getting so much rain. That's the other thing, is that we went from a month of 100-degree weather and no rain to I have had 4 days straight of rain. And my forecast is saying that I have like 7 more days of rain possible, which is crazy. I mean, I'm in South Carolina, but like, that's crazy. So there's just a lot of weather things going on. So I'm really pleased with my slicing tomato bed. I'm hoping that my paste tomatoes pick up, and I'm hoping that my peppers finally start producing. So let me show you my other pepper plants real quick, because they did awesome. So if I go through the front yard, I have a stream of pepper plants right here. And my banana pepper, this is a bell pepper. That one's a bell pepper. I've got jalapeno peppers as well. I had to take out one pepper. It had a disease, and that when I Googled it, it said I needed to take the pepper out. So I did lose one of my lunchbox peppers, which is okay. I'm fine. But I have a lot more peppers growing on this. You can see those. Got baby jalapenos here, and lots of flowers and things. And then here you can see I have some baby peppers. I think they're so cute. Okay, so at my windowsill are the tomatoes that I want to show you that I've gotten recently, specifically the bread and salt. And then also I'll do an upcoming video. I've got these tomatoes rooting, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. But let me show you these tomatoes up close. So because of the rain, the split on this tomato is quite serious, but this is the bread and salt tomato. And let me compare. So this is what my beefsteak size is, and the color. very red. This is like really pink right now. And then these are 2 Paul Robeson, and you can tell how dark this is when you put it next to those. Also, my Paul Robeson should be much bigger than this. And you can see, just because of all the rain, the splitting. Like both of these tomatoes should be this size, and this is, you know, in my hand. Another thing is, look at the roots on these tomatoes that I have rooted. So, and there's like a little tomato growing on one of them because it was right here, because it was going when I cut these off. But anyway, so this is bread and salt. This is the beefsteak, but not quite beefsteak size. And then this is Paul Robeson. And the last place that I have peppers and veggies is in my green stalk. And let me show you that, because there's a few things going on here as well. So the first most noticeable thing is that I had a pest attack my green bean, which is fine. I found a caterpillar and took that off, and I'm keeping an eye out for more. These green beans are not make or break, they're just here. So, I mean, I literally let some go crispy. So, it's fine on that front. But I have, look, a new bloom. I think this must be alyssum, maybe? But I have peppers planted in the bottom tier. And what is crazy is that one of the peppers in the bottom tier has grown itself all the way up to the middle of the top tier, which is just super cool. I think it's because it's not getting enough sun, but I just love the fact, here it is. You can see that it is really, really tall. It's got blooms, so it's getting enough sun to want to put on fruit. And I just am really happy. So I should be getting peppers off the green stalk soon. I had got one batch maybe about a month ago, and like these are green beans. Looking great. So yes, I've gotten peppers already. This is my tomato plant that don't know how it got here. So I'm hoping that it'll flower and I'll at least get to figure out what tomato plant it is. And I know I'm doing veggies, but I started these from seed, and I am in love with the pink vinca. Like, of all the things that I started from seed, this is what's doing the best. And I have it around the whole green stalk. And I'm definitely, for starting from seed next year, is this vinca and the Tyrannia, because those are what's done best for me. And I mean, it's just beautiful, and I love it, and it's drought tolerant, and I'm obsessed. So a big shout out to the vinca. Okay guys, so thank you so much for joining me. July in South Carolina is hot, it's humid. I'm like mosquito heaven here at my house. I do want to say that I was blessed with enough harvest of peppers and things that I was able to do a local farmer's market. So my front pepper plant area is regrowing peppers now because I was able to pick so many for the farmer's market, which was my goal. Like when I started seeds this year, I had the goal of having enough to go and sell at the farmer's market. And I was able to do a little setup, and I'll put some of those clips in here. I had a couple tomatoes, cucumbers, and then all the peppers that I had, and I even made a few bouquets with flowers from the garden. So that was a really awesome experience, something that I have been thinking about literally since February, and I was finally able to do it and take that chance. So just really blessed on that front. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully my tomatoes start picking up. I want to make sauce, so I need tomatoes. But other than that, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. How gorgeous these three arrangements are. They're based in hydrangea, but like this is a hosta bloom and zinnias, and then these are double impatiens, angelonia, yarrow, sunflowers, lavender, and these are like magnolia leaves. So I just love love, love, love how those turned out.